Good afternoon. This is a meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. It is 6 o'clock. Today is March the 3rd of 2022. First item is call to roll call, please.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Erasmo Villarreal,
Present.
Jorge Dominguez,
Present.
Mike Barron, Abraham Lugo,
Present.
Johnny Narvaez,
Present.
Ms. Wang. Here. Larry Dovalina,
Here.
Daniela Sadapaz, and Ana Gabriel. Ana
Yeah,
Villarreal.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, we do have quorum.
Did you have anybody call in and ask to be excused?
Yes, all three, Mr. Barron, Ms. Villarreal, and Ms. Sadapaz, called in if they could be excused for
I
this.
move they be excused.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? And a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next item. Can everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we now have the consideration of the approval of the minutes of the meeting of February 16, 2022.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
And a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. All right, citizens' comments. I do have.
I believe you have
I
two.
have one witness
One?
card, but it's related to a specific item, and I'll wait till that item.
Okay.
All right, public hearings. First one is amending chapter 4, section 4-1 of the City of Laredo subdivision ordinance by adding a subsection E, which will provide city council with the authority to temporarily grant a waiver or exception to the standard. My screen just went out. Hold on.
You didn't miss.
I lost my screen here. Here we go.
So did I. Here it's gone.
Okay. Granting temporary grant to waiver or exception of the standard or requirement of the subdivision ordinance, providing that the ordinance shall be cumulative, providing a severability clause, and providing for publication, and providing for an effective date. This is a public hearing. Yes, sir?
For the record, John Hickle, Director of Building Development Services for the City of Laredo. And I'm up here in case there's any questions concerning this, or to describe. The legal department did prepare a brief description of what is going on with that, if y'all would like to hear it.
It is my opinion that you could not amend the charter by ordinance. I move to table.
And I'll second that motion after we close the public hearing, Mr. Chairman.
All right, so, okay. We have a motion and we have a second. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? Motion carries. The item's been tabled. The next item is preliminary consideration of the following preliminary plats and preliminary replats. Item 7A, preliminary consideration of the plat of River Point plat. The intent is multifamily and mixed residential. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, for the record, applicant is Amplified Properties Management, engineer is Daniel Gomez. Proposed use is multifamily and mixed residential. The zoning for this one lot development is AG, R2, and R3. The location view. Aerial view. Street view. The proposed plat. Site plan. Comments from planning? And the proposed motion.
Okay, thank you. This is a public hearing. Anybody who wishes to speak in favor?
Good evening. I'm Daniel Gomez, the engineer for this project. And we concur with most of the comments. I just want to clarify two items. On number 6, it says about the zone change requirement. The proposed use right now, it's a multifamily, so we don't need the zone change.
It's multifamily, all of it?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you this question then. How many units are you proposing multifamily?
The current layout that we have, it's about 212, but we need to comply with with some buffer zone it's stated on this comment. So it's the units are gonna be reduced. I'm not sure how many, but
You're gonna
probably
reduce?
another 30 or less.
Okay, so you're looking at somewhere maybe about 180.
Yes.
2, 3 bedrooms, both?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, or
1 to 3.
1, 2, 3? All right. Uh, I have a couple of questions for traffic right now. Obviously, I wanted to see how many units we were gonna go ahead and develop in there. But right now, and maybe you can answer this since you did the development, how many entrances do we have to get to this development?
Right now we have 2.
Okay, which ones are they?
One is on the proposed cul-de-sac that we have.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What?
On the proposed cul-de-sac that we're doing on the plat, which is Vine, and the other one is on the street, Oleander Street.
And those exit out towards 83?
No, for the subdivision, River. I'm sorry.
Okay, so basically, all your traffic is gonna come in and out through River Hill,
Yes.
okay? All right, so I've got, let's say, close to 200. Now, Vine, you said you were gonna punch out Vine, is that what you said?
On Vine, yes, we're proposing a cul-de-sac, which is just a one lot plat, but we do have access towards Oleander Street, which is on the south side.
You're gonna do one lot, so Vine, I noticed too that you've got, is that a fire exit that you got connected to
Yes.
Vine, or what?
Yeah, in order to comply with the other comment, which is on number 1, to provide access to the north to our property, we were proposing just to allow the fire truck to go in and out to the property to the adjacent.
And you control the property that is adjacent,
No.
so how would they get in and out?
It's a
I
city
see that it's a City of Laredo
Yes.
easement, or what is that back there that you're connecting to?
I think it's a park or something like that, I'm not
A
sure.
park?
Yeah. It's,
So then, I guess my question to fire is, how do you access this, through the park or what?
Well, one of the things that we could take into consideration is that now that they're gonna, if they reduce below 200 and every building is fully sprinkled, then by code, they only need one entrance.
Okay,
But again, that would be contingent on their reducing to under 200.
and there are gonna be fire sprinkler.
okay, so that
units.
takes care of that, all right?
Mr. Chairman, item, number 1 of the planning comments, was to provide connection to the adjacent tract to the north from Vine Street. The LaFawn subdivision master plan has been approved. We also have plats approved, and they have a street from their side connecting to this property.
So then you're
So we're
requiring a
asking-
street
We're asking for a street to go
to
through.
connect?
That's what we're asking in comment
Okay.
number 1.
So, are you okay with that comment, connecting the street?
Yes and
Makes
no.
sense, it makes sense to get people in and out.
If I may, Mr. Chairman, I
Yes.
would like to, as a follow-up to Mr. Navarro's comment, we do have here the approval of on master plan, and it does have the punch-out here as
Okay.
identified as future line extension.
Okay,
And we also do have this overlay. Here's the River Point development, and then overlaid here is the master plan, so we do show that punch-out this way.
okay. Well, that makes sense to allow all that area to have a secondary exit in case, for whatever ungodly reason, River Hill something happens to River Hill, then everybody's stuck and they can't get out. Okay,
Yeah, and I got the impression that that master plan was already expired. That's why we never take into consideration, but I mean, we'll do whatever it needs to do. So.
it needs to be done, all right. Anybody else have any questions on the commission?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I want to bring the example that we had in the last meeting on a subdivision that we had the residents complaining, Mr. Gomez, it was not your project, but I need to put it on record. one of the biggest problems is that when you have a density so dense on that small area, when you try to move the vehicles in the morning, in the afternoon, or throughout the day, it creates a line. It creates a problem to on ingress and egress. And Mr. Chairman, I think it would be appropriate that when these type of projects come before us, a study of emergency exit and mobilization should be brought before us just so we can ensure the public that whoever is gonna move there, Mr. Gomez, I mean, they're safe and they can actually exit the area in the morning, in the afternoon. And let me tell you what happens. And I went and I saw that area. It's not it wasn't you who developed that, but there's a line and people can't get out because we approve like this type of projects. It's a good project, it's gonna make money, but who is gonna be impacted? Probably whoever's gonna be residing there. Now, I sympathize with what planning is requiring, and I think that would be perfect. There shouldn't be any problem. If you agree with it, I guess that would be something that you will need to look at it. If you feel that it's something that you don't wanna do, then you can probably table the item and come out or look at options.
In a way, we want to do something that is not in compliance. I wanted to provide an alternative way just to see if it's feasible, and if you don't agree, that's fine with me, so we'll do whatever is right.
All right, thank you. I do have a question for the traffic engineer.
Good evening, Robert Pena, Traffic Safety.
Robert, question I have is, do you have any data on what the trip generations are on River Hill?
On River Hill, no, sir, not at this time. But I'd like to mention that we've been directed to work on a traffic impact analysis ordinance that will be applying for situations such as these. I don't think we asked for anything like that with this development, but we're working towards having that available to address situations like this.
Well, I think right now with his agreeing to extend Vine, that's gonna be a help to connect to the master plan up there. I mean, that'll help some. Okay, thank you. That was my question. Anybody else have any questions? If not, what are the wishes of the commission?
I'll make a motion to approve, just the way, planning is provided with the comments.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
And a second? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye?
Those against? Motion carries. All right, the next item is preliminary consideration of the plat of Milo 2 subdivision plat. The intent is industrial.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, for the record, applicant is Richmond Holdings, 2. Engineer is Topside Civil Group. Proposed use is industrial. The zoning for this one lot development is M1. Location view. Aerial view. Street view. The proposed plat. Comments from planning.
All right.
So, Mr. Chairman, what we have here is, this is a piece of property that, it's an extension of an existing business and was annexed, and agreements were signed. And so they're just adding this to the back end of a warehouse. And we did ask for the extension of the road, which is part of the deal, which, we're hoping in the near future, that road will go north and hopefully connect to a crossing street that will connect to I-35. So this is part of a master plan, a thoroughfare plan.
Very good. Yes, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. Ricardo Villarreal, Topside Civil Group. We concur with staff comments, and I'm here to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions from anybody in the commission?
I'll move to approve.
We have a motion to approve. The second?
Second.
And the second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye?
Motion carries. Thank you. Next item, preliminary consideration of the plat of Alexander Commercial Subdivision, Phase 15. The intent is commercial.
Mr. Chairman, for the record, this is a plat of Lot 1, Block 11, Alexandra Commercial Subdivision, Phase 15. The applicant is G&J Alexandra Investments. Engineer is Premier Engineering Surveying Armando Guerra. Proposed use is commercial, and the zoning for this one lot development is B3. Location view. Aerial view. Street view. The proposed plat. Comments from planning. And the proposed motion.
All right.
Chairman, members of the commission, my name is Armando Guerra with Premier Engineering. I'm representing the developer. We concur with staff comments and I'm here for any questions.
Okay. Does anybody in the commission have any questions? If not, what are the wishes of the commission?
I'll move to approve, subject to the following comments.
All right. Second. And a second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion carries. The next item, preliminary consideration of the plat of Lot 1, Block 1, Ponderosa, Commercial Unit 6. The intent is commercial.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, for the record, applicant is Killam Development, Killam Ranch Properties. Engineer is Seca Engineering. The proposed use is commercial, and the zoning for this one lot development is B3. Location view. Aerial view.
Who's gonna speak?
Street view. The proposed plat. Comments from planning and traffic safety. And the proposed motion.
All right.
Was it B3 or B4?
It's B, yes, it's B3. It's currently one.
Yes, sir.
I think so.
This
Yeah.
B4 here.
Hi, Ms. Martinez, good morning, good afternoon, Chairman and Commission. Ms. Martinez with Film Development. We concur with the comments, so we don't have anything, if you have any questions. It is currently B3, but we are going through the zone change.
Right.
Okay. Any question, anybody on the commission have any questions? Thank you very much. What are the wishes of the commission?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion, and a second,
Second?
and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries. All right, the next item is, their consideration of the following final plats and final replats. I do have a witness card for item 8A, so I'm gonna take it individually before we move on. Item 8A is the final consideration of the plat of R&W Ranch Subdivision Phase 5. The intent is residential. And I do have Danny Wire signed up, and he wants to speak on this item.
I think Danny wants some camera time.
No, exactly. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Mr. Dovalina, I didn't think I was gonna have to face you again in this lifetime, apparently so. Yeah, no, that's just my poor handwriting. I came as to answer any questions on 6A. Frank Estrada's here on Sherfy Engineering, but
You have no, okay, all right. If you have no questions, then can we have a motion to take item 8A, B, C together?
So moved. So moved. Second?
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion for approval?
Motion?
Motion, second? Second. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Those against? All right. All items have been approved.
I'll
Aye.
move for adjournment.
And we have a movement for adjournment. Second?
Second.
All approved? All right. Meeting is over. Very good meeting. I think we almost set a record.